Shalawam, shalawam. Gonna begin the lesson in a minute. Give brothers and sisters a little bit of time to get up in here. Right. 2 minutes. Alright. Let's get into it. Okay. First and foremost, facing the east, all praises be to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem and Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, which rule well and teach well, and sincerity taught us this truth. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. It's your brother Yoram Kazak, back with hopefully another edifying lesson. Through the spirit, power, and strength of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem and Kakadash. This will be a quick one, straight to the point. All right. The title of this lesson is Cut the Lip Service. Okay? Cut the lip service. All right? Now let's get lip service. Okay? Cut the lip service. All right? Now let's get. Hey, Salakia, phone died. You know, Salakia. I just got in. Alright. I didn't know that my phone was on 0%. But that's my bad. Alright, so I don't know if y'all heard anything that I said, but the title of this lesson will be Cut the Lip Service. Cut the Lip Service. This will be a quick one. Alright. You know, hope everybody can hear me and everything. Okay. Gots to do better. Man, look. I'm going to leave you alone. Gots to do better. All right. Lip service refers to saying you are in favor of an idea or belief, but not doing anything to support it with your actions. Right? Not doing anything to support it with your actions. Now, this ain't just the talk. This is you got to walk the walk. You know? Now, hey, you know, brothers already know where I'm about to go. Let's go to that James. Let's go to that James. Right? The 2nd chapter. Matter of fact. My blue letter tripping, man. What's up with this shit? All right. This is James 2, and we're going to start at 14. What doeth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith and have not works? Can faith save him? Can faith alone save you? You believe. All right? You believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, but you don't keep the Shabbat. You don't keep the feast days. You don't keep the laws, commandments, and statutes. You know what I'm saying? So you're not doing anything. You know? You believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, but you just do you do lives just doing bullshit, playing the game, right? Going to sporting events. You doing lives where you out at Applebee's. Okay? Your eye is not single. Your eye is not set on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. What is that about? Right? So verse 15. If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled. That don't do nothing for nobody. Be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding you give them not those things which are needful to the body. What doeth it profit? Right? This is why when I see individuals going off, messing up, doing bullshit, doing this, doing that, moving in the wrong way. What am I going to do? I'm going to correct them. I'm going to help them. That's a work. Hey, Akwath, that shit was bullshit, right? Be careful what you watch on here. Hey, Akya, be careful what you're sharing, what you're posting, because this post was fake. We're helping our brothers and sisters. Don't just get swallowed up in the bullshit, right? If you don't correct a brother and he's saying something that's off and that gets to other brothers, then what? Those brothers are going to be off as well. Then you're going to have many more to correct. It's a domino effect. This is how it works. And on the right-hand side, that's how it works as well. Hey, we teaching correctly, so this is going to spread to this individual. Boom. Through him, it's going to spread to other individuals. It's a domino effect. You got to look at wickedness and righteousness like that. It's going to spread like wildfire. So if you don't correct it when it needs to be corrected at the source, it's going to get major. I look at my garden. After this lesson, I'm going to get out of my garden. Or actually, no, I'm not, because this is the Shabbat. So I'm about to chill. I'll probably go water my garden some more, right? But tomorrow, I plan on cutting the grass. I plan on getting a weed eater, cutting some weeds, and doing what I got to do. You let this stuff build up, you let it grow up and fester over time, it's going to be hard to pull. It's going to be hard to pull at that point in time because the roots of these weeds have cemented into the soil. So when you're trying to pull, it's harder. I'm trying to teach an individual the correct Shabbat. I'm trying to teach an individual the correct understanding of Revelation's 13th chapter. But he's been so far gone in this direction that, you know what I'm saying? He can't get it. Because his roots are so much. Like this individual right now, you said you homeless. You need at least $1 or $2 for food. Venmo, Marquess Burton, 97. We don't know you, dude. First and foremost, your name is wrong. Ain't no such thing as Yisrael. Alright? What I would tell you is read Sirach, the 12th chapter. Give to a godly individual. Alright? The fuck out of here. If you got enough fucking money to pay your cell phone fucking bill. Alright? You got a cell phone, right? Go sell that shit. Y'all niggas is stupid, bro. You ain't about to scam me, dog. Get your dumb ass up out my life. I swear, man, off with you motherfuckers' heads, bro. Off with you heads. Off with the heads. Keeping it going. Verse 16. And one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding you give them not those things which are needful to the body. What doeth it profit? Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. You know? Yeah, because he's a scammer. And this is the thing, bro. You got some brothers in the circumcision that would actually be giving that nigga some money. You got some brothers in the circumcision that would actually be giving that nigga some money. Some individuals in the circumcision that would, oh man, you need some money? Oh shit. Hey, Shalawam, bro. Hey, here you go. Here go $50, bro. Here go $10. He don't even got the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He don't even know the correct Hebrew. He ain't even moving in the correct ways. You're helping a sinner. The scriptures say, do not help a sinner. Do you know why his Hebrew or why his spirit is off in the first place? Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has brought him to that understanding, that spirit of deep sleep, that slumber. Oh, man, you Hebrew Israelites now, y'all say we don't supposed to help homeless people? Man, if your ass is homeless, then you homeless, nigga. That's what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai set up for you. All right? Truth King, that's not how you spell Yahweh Shai. All right? This is another work. This is a work right here. Boom. That's how you spell Yahweh Shai. No. All right, bro. All right. You a teacher, bro. Come up here and teach the class. Come up here. Teach the class. Truth King. Get your ass up here and teach the class. Let me see. Can you come up? Come teach the lesson. Nigga. Come teach. You teaching from the comment board. Come teach the lesson. Don't run. Why you ran? You left? Come teach the lesson, man. Dumbass individuals, bro. Blocked. This is the thing. And he gonna follow me. What you follow me for? You follow me and then you go against me. He just followed me, then he went directly against me. Right? For edification purposes, let's go to Sirach. One second, let me get it. Give not to a sinner. I thought it was 12, but it is 12. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus 12:4. Give to the godly man and help not a sinner. Okay? You should know who you give it to. You don't just give to a random individual. That's the mindset of the world, that philanthropy spirit. Right? This is verse 2. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense. And if not from him, yet from the Most High. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. Give to the godly man, and help not a sinner. Do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread. That means don't give. And give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby, for else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done unto him. You need to know who you are giving to. Verse 1, when thou wilt do good to know who to whom thou doeth it, so shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits. You don't just give to a random ass individual on the streets, man. Okay? It's a lot of you brothers, man. Y'all got to lose that worldly ass spirit, that soft spirit. You know, you got to lose it. This Truth Kings, dude, you ain't got it, bro. You going off of what the white man taught you. That's why you came in here saying that shit. Yeah, man, we supposed to give to the homeless. I got this one homeless dude where I teach at. And he come up to the camp damn near every camp. And he listens. So I ask him, hey, bro, you need a couple dollars? You know? Because what? He calls on the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He sits there and listens to camp. He'll sit down for about 20, 30 minutes and listen. You know what I'm saying? So, and he come to camp damn near all the time. So I'm about to deal with him because he's seeking. He's seeking the word. He believes. He calls on the names. You know what I'm saying? In that type of situation, then, hey, I'm going to give him a couple dollars. I'm going to do what I got. You know? But just a random ass individual off the street? No. Y'all tripping, man. Now back to the lesson at hand. James 2 and verse 17. Even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead being alone. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. So going back to the topic, that lip service, that's not going to get you in the kingdom, man. You didn't have no works. All you did was talk a good one. That's all you did. You didn't actually do nothing for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Let's read it one more time. Lip service refers to saying you are in favor of an idea or belief, but not doing anything to support it with your actions. Okay? A man is going to be known by his actions, by his way that he carries himself. Shalawam to the brother Deb. We told you to humble down in that last lesson. When the elder was giving you a correction. If you would notice, bro, I don't be talking when the elder's talking. If I'm getting a correction or whatever, I'm going to shut up. No matter how much I know, I'm going to shut the fuck up. These men have done it before me, longer than me. They walked in that way. They have the experience. You know? So I'm going to listen. I'm not going to constantly talk while the elder is talking. Because my actions are going to show that I'm really in this thing. My actions. That Hebrews 5 and 12. You being on milk. You should be cleaving unto the words, especially when an elder speaks. Cleaving unto the words. If the elder telling you acting like a bitch ass nigga, then you most likely acting like a bitch ass nigga. To be honest, bro. Because being in the world, we don't know how to be men. We was coming from a worldly mindset. Oh, this is a man. This is, you know. But that's not what a man is about. It's you being in these scriptures and moving in these scriptures the correct way and the proper way. To you females, right? You may think being that independent minded, oh, I'm going to do bad all by myself, when that's not it. You should be praying for a man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Right? You should be setting yourself up, learning, growing in this truth, and knowing that Isaiah 4 and 1 is eventually going to come to play. That you're not going up into a chariot by your damn self. That's not going to happen. Yahweh is going to bring order, and he's going to bring the women together with the men so that they may go up into a chariot together. So that independent mindset, that's not going to take place. We ain't going to have no independent women in the kingdom. So a work for a sister would be to walk in that supporting role, right? Let's keep it going. No lip service, man. No lip service. Let's get a little bit more of that. It is an insincere or hypocritical expression of agreement or support characterized by empty talk rather than genuine conviction or deeds. You might have brothers, yeah, man, I got to do my lessons, but you ain't did a lesson yet. But every time we fucking see you, you talking about I got to do a lesson, but you ain't did shit. Man, cut the empty talk, man. We tired of it. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm going to do my lesson soon. When, nigga? When is soon for you? 1,000 years from now? What is that? What is that about? Yeah, well, I'm going to do my lesson, you know, when the spirit hit me. When the spirit hit me. Empty talk, lip service. You're not going to do nothing because you're not sincere. Yeah, get her done, boss. Get her done. Right? But you can put forth works in other areas of your life, other matters. Yo, my career player, 90 overall. Yo, Madden 26, Madden 25. You in the playoffs, right? You employee of the month, right? Your car, you go to the car wash. You washing your car. You making sure the rims and tires is shining, boy. Oh yeah. I bet you got a stable of women. You got about 4 women you could call right now. You taking them out on dates. You planning a date. You can plan a date. You can plan where you about to take this female. You know? You can dress up. You got your fitted cap on. You got your Jordans. You got your whatever type of jeans. You got your nice little shirt, your polo, your Ralph Lauren. Oh, you know that's a work. That's a work in the world. You did all this work to get this female, to get some box, but you can't do no work to serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. You understand? You put hours and hours and time, into planning, but you can't do no work to serve the king. Your eye is not single. Your eye is everywhere. You're trying to serve 2 masters. It doesn't make no sense. Exactly. We brought that Sirach 5 and 7 out last night in the Brother Adar Gabar's live. Make no tarrying, man. He's going to come like a thief in the night. So keeping it going. I'm going to start right there again. It is an insincere or hypocritical expression of agreement or support. Yeah, man, I watch GMS, man. I support the elders, man. But you don't do nothing they say. It's just lip service. It's lip service. Characterized by empty talk rather than genuine conviction or deeds, which means you don't believe. Just be honest, man. You don't believe. You never believed. You just come to camp. You got your garment. You never believe. And you see a lot of brothers not going to be in this live because they don't want to hear this talk because that's them. They don't believe. They don't want to hear it, though. They don't want to hear the correction because it's going to convict them. Man, that brother right. Shit, that brother right, man. I don't believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. I just be faking. It's going to convict you to the bone, to the soul. All right? At the end of the day. At the end of the day. You don't have that conviction. That genuine conviction. You got a false conviction. And don't nobody answer that dumbass dude. Okay? We don't call on the name of Jesus Christ. All right? That's you and your daddy. Y'all call on Jesus Christ, not me. So if you would shut up and listen, then you would know that we don't call on that name. All right? That false ass name. Now keeping it going. For example, a politician might pay lip service to environmental issues by making speeches but failing to introduce policies to protect the environment. We don't call on Yeshua. You know? We testing your spirit right now, Martin. We seeing who you call on, who you believe on. That's not the proper name either. So calling on those names is just lip service. It's not real. It's not a true conviction. Those are false names. Actually, by calling on those names, you're breaking the laws, commandments, and statutes. Now, if you want to know the true names, look at the comment board. I'm trying to see if if you a diligent individual, if you actually got the understanding and the mindset to actually examine what's going on in the surroundings, in your surroundings. No, you look at the comment board and you see what name we call on. You don't tell me to answer nothing. You demand something out of me again, you're going to be answering a block button. I ain't got to deal with you, dude. At the end of the fucking day, I ain't got to deal with you, dude. Okay? If you ain't got it, you ain't got it, man. Let's get these precepts. Talking about answer the question. Nigga, you good, boy. Do it, boy. Boy. This is Job 27:8. For what is the hope of the hypocrite, though he have gained, when power taketh away his soul? All right, and let me get that Revelations 3:15-16. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth because of that lip service. You ain't on fire. You ain't really in this thing. You faking. All you do is talk a good one. I say this all the time. Brothers come in, they say Shalawam and they leave. Y'all some bitches. I'll just be honest, man. You come in, you say Shalawam and you leave. That's lip service. Oh, I see the brothers online, man. Let me get up in there. Hey, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shah, Barakatham. I ain't gonna stay for the lesson. I'ma just leave though. Let me go do whatever the fuck I was doing before. Let me go back to doing this. Let me go back to doing that. I'm not gonna be sincere. Right? I'm not gonna be genuine. I don't have a genuine conviction. You understand? You don't got that genuine conviction or deeds. So you don't have works. So you have a so-called faith, but you have no works. That's not gonna work, buddy. It's not gonna work. Okay? It's not gonna work. Hey, Kakama, is this your slave, bro? This dude, he done hit me with the Galatians 3:25-29. Oh, this dude. Okay. Oh my goodness. Hey, who is this guy? Okay, first of all, both of you individuals. What's your name? Walker Sr.? Walker Sr., you need to shut the fuck up too, bro. You ain't got the names either. Both of y'all is off. Both of y'all need y'all ass beat, man. Okay? Martin, who said God cared about skin color? Get your ass up here, man. And Martin, get up here too. Walker, Texas Ranger. Is one of y'all got enough balls to come up here? Nobody said God cared about skin color. Nobody said that. Come up here. You got 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna mute y'all and block y'all myself. I gave y'all this. Y'all ain't want to come up. How you gonna come in my live? How you gonna come in my live and correct somebody on the names, but you don't got the right name? What is wrong with you, dude? That's crazy. Let's keep it going. Deuteronomy 11:16. Take heed to yourselves that your heart be not deceived, and ye turn aside and serve other gods and worship them. That dude was calling on, I believe, Ahia or something like that. You know? Bugging out. So he's been deceived. He's serving other gods. Do you understand that this is forever? This ain't just for that time period. Right now, take heed to yourselves, that your heart, your mind, be not deceived, and ye turn aside and serve other gods and worship them. You calling on Yeshua, you calling on Jesus Christ, you calling on all these different type of things. You're serving other gods. You're worshiping them. You calling on Yahweh, Yahusha, Jehovah. That's not the names, man. That's not the proper way to do things. So, therefore, you're going to be destroyed, buddy. All right? You got this guy. I see y'all when y'all come in, man. Okay? I forgot your name. But, what's his name, man? Let me see. It don't pop up in the thing, but it just popped up. But this guy thinks Israel's name is I am. He think the name of our nation is I am. That's because you don't know the Hebrew. So all these type of individuals that have these bugged out ass minds, you reprobate. And that's what happens to a lip service individual. Because you never had a genuine conviction. You had what you would call wisdom of the world, where you got this from the world. The world taught you Slakia. The world taught you Yahweh. The world taught you Yeshua. The world taught you Jesus Christ. The world taught you Jehovah. Right? And, I mean, hey, going back, the world could teach you Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Right? We have brothers that's calling on Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. They never got it through the Holy Spirit. They never got it through the understanding. They never searched it and gravitated on it to themselves. So they don't truly believe. They don't have a genuine conviction. That's why they're teaching different doctrines. Al-Azhar calls on the name, right? Captain Tazariot calls on the name, right? But they don't have a genuine conviction. It's nothing but lip service. Even though they may produce a work, but it's nothing but lip service. They come and teach in vain. Let's get that, because that's perfect for them. What's that? Jeremiah 14:14. Y'all know that's one of my favorites. Then Yahweh said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name. That's letting you know they going to come in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This is why, like I made the mistake when I early in this truth. I was a babe. I started listening to Yahweh Shai Get 'em boys because they had the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. I had to learn. I was like, man, they got the names. Shit, they got the names. Shit, they must be real. Because they call it on the names. But they will fall under this category. You know? Then Yahweh said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name. I sent them not. He didn't send them. Neither have I commanded them. Neither spake unto them. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination, and a thing of naught, and the deceit of their heart, of their minds. Because why? What was they doing? They're coming contrary to the doctrine. They're teaching that we can't eat mushrooms. They're teaching that Albert Bibbins is not Elijah, that John the Baptist was not Elijah. They're teaching these things. They don't understand regeneration, reincarnation. They don't understand that King Mashai is King David. They don't understand the prophecies. That nothing is new under the sun. These things must come. Right? Loco, we don't know you. We don't owe you, man. I'm going to just mute you up. You seem a little weird. Yeah, they was claiming an elder. Yeah, they say they in HOI. That came out to be a lie. They some liars. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the ability to take rebuke or correction or reproof. If you can't take rebuke, correction, or reproof, you might as well get off the live. I'm going to be honest, bro. If you can't shut up and take rebuke, leave. This ain't for you. How is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai supposed to correct you if you can't shut up and take the correction? How? How you going to, how? I mean, honestly, that's a real question. How are you going to get rebuked if you can't shut up and listen? Anybody got an answer? Anybody got an answer? The next way would be Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai putting you through much trouble and pain and chastisement because you couldn't take the verbal rebuke. So now you had to get the physical. You're going to be looking at him praying. You're going to be looking at the sky praying. Yahweh, what did I do? All he going to say, man, hey, I sent my prophets unto you. You told them to be quiet. You didn't want to listen to them. You couldn't shut up and take it. So now I have to come to you through a more harsher way. And you don't want to learn the hard way, Op. You don't want to learn the hard way. Trust and believe me. All right? I had to learn the hard way in some instances. You know? But hey, it is what it is. We all got different cross to carry. Part of your cross may be to learn the hard way. So for younger brothers, I would tell you, hold on to the ancient men that are around you. Let's get that scripture. This is Ecclesiasticus, and then I'm going to get your brother's precepts. Ecclesiasticus 32:9. If thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. And when ancient men are in place, use not many words. This goes into character, man. Verse 8 should have got that first. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much, and few words. Be as one that knoweth, and yet holdeth his tongue. If you shut up, listen, observe, grow, you're going to be wiser than you would be if you didn't shut up, if you just talk through somebody talking. That's why, hey, sometimes we have bug outs up in the live. I'll be like, yo, let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk. Let them get it out. Because then we going to cut them at every point that they brought out. That's a beautiful thing. Shalawam to the brother Abaniah. Because he always used to let an individual talk. Individual might talk for 10 minutes. Abaniah go back to that 1 minute point. He'd be like, you said this. I'll be like, yo, he remembered when dude said that shit? You got to have that memory. So when something goes off, you feel it in your spirit. You be like, well, that ain't what the scriptures say. Boom. Keep that in your mind and bring it out. Let them dig themselves into that trap. That's what you do. Okay? Because they show themselves. A fool is going to show himself to be a fool. All right? So Proverbs 17 and 28. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. Exactly. I did a live earlier this morning on YouTube, and it's entitled, Honor the Brotherhood, meaning you respect all men. So when a brother is talking, you listen to what he's saying. That would actually, give way for peace and order and no confusion. You won't be interrupting brothers because you respect what a brother has to say. Right? All right, so let's put this out, man. Okay? What we need to see in the comments, and I'm going to tell you right now, to the brother there, we need to see more precepts. To every brother, more precepts. Now, if you a seasoned brother and you producing lessons, it's all good with you. You got your thing, all right? But if you ain't producing no lessons, you need to come in like we all came in. The correct way, dropping precepts, learning, jotting down notes, And I'm going to let that be known from here on out. Because maybe we got lax. Maybe we got a little bit of lax with it. All right, but this ain't no talk show. From this point out. Because, man, we gotta get that structure. Okay? And because I don't want to, what's the word? I don't want to deprive the young brothers of that discipline that we were given. I don't want to deprive the young brothers of the discipline that we came up in. Let's get that precept. This is Isaiah 29 and 13 from the brother Kakuma. Wherefore Yahweh said, for as much as the people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precept of mankind. I should have had it on deck. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to the definition, because what is that? That's lip service. They don't have that genuine conviction. They don't have it. They have empty talk. You say you're going to do this, but you don't do it. You say you learn, but you keep messing up. When did you learn the lesson? You continuously mess up. Right? And this is the thing. Brother talking about active listening mixed with discernment. That's the thing. If you don't believe us, hey, you shouldn't even be in here. I listen to Great Millstone because over the years, they got it. I recognize that. They have it. Now, Elder Apostle Gabar always says, trust but verify. So this is why you working out your own salvation with fear and trembling. You need to know what's going on. You need to know what's taking place. We bring something out, you need to study it. So by the end of this lesson, every brother in here should know what lip service is. Right? Let's get this from the brother Apayam. This is Sirach 7 and 14. Use not many words and a multitude of elders, and make not much babbling when thou prayest. And what are we doing? We're leaving behind that old man. In the world, you might do all that. You might use many words and all of that. All right? Like Deb, come on, bro. I just put out. You knew. So just bring the precepts. If you believers, look, I don't care what you say. That's the thing. You know what I care about? Actions. Actions. You know? You could deal with a chick. You could look, you could deal with a chick. She toxic as hell. She a liar, she a manipulator. But she tell, baby, I love you. I'ma be there with you, babe. I ain't cheating on you. She got 5 niggas in the phone right now. When she leave you, she going to her next dude. But she just talking. You got to show the actions. You know what I'm saying? You got to show them actions. So this is what I would tell you. When you see alliance, next, we do a live later on, apologize for your actions yesterday. Because you was out of order, Malak. You was out of order. Right? The elder was talking. He was correcting you. And you continuously talked in the comment board. All right? So that would be my suggestion to you, bro. You know? But you good. But just move in a better way and show those actions. All right? Let's read that one more time. Use not many words and a multitude of elders, and make not much babbling when thou prayest. We're losing that just talking without purpose that we had in the world. Just to be talking. Hey, Shalawam Yasharahla. Just to be talking. You know what I'm saying? No, now we move in with purpose. What do we always push? Brothers, read labels. Read the labels. Why we gotta read labels? Well, first and foremost, it might be pork in the food. It might be pork in this. It might be pork in that. We're reading the labels to see what's in it. Well, this is a drink. Well, how much sugar is in it? You need to know how much sugar you're intaking. I got some soursop juice right here, man. Okay? And I'm about to tell you. Let me see. This joint right here got 0 added sugars, but it got 25 grams of sugar in one serving. Okay? And I believe it's 2 servings, the whole thing. So this whole thing got 51 grams. Now, all I need in a day is 25 grams of sugar, right? So I wouldn't drink this all in one setting. That's all the sugar I need in one day, you know? And this is soursop juice. All right, it's pretty good. It come with the pulp in it, but it's solid. But I read those labels because you don't want to overdo it. And that is natural sugar as well. Right? So it's living with a purpose. When you come into this truth, you're now living with a purpose when Babylon had you living in confusion. Let's get those precepts. Matthew 7:19 through 21. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. And this is also, if it's not of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, it will come to naught. That could be a precept. Because if it's not a good fruit, if it's not a good tree, it's not bearing the righteous fruit, it's going to be cut down. You know, it goes into gardening, which I've been quoting a lot because I'm gardening a lot. So if I got a bad plant, the leaves is dying, you know, I'm going to pull it up. I got some squash I just pulled. You know, I got this one squash plant. I got 3 squash plants in my garden. I got this one squash plant. It's producing big squash, you know. So I'm going to keep that one. That's my prize. You know, then the other 2, they doing all right, but they not as strong as the first one. So that first one, I'm going to take the seeds from that one. I'm going to keep the seeds and I'm going to replant those seeds. This is how it goes. The elect is the most efficient members of Israel. That's what the election is, the best of its kind. You know, we ain't taking the bottom of the barrel. No, these are the high ranking members. These are the best of the nation. What you mean? Like LeBron, Michael Jordan? No, physical strength does not mean you in the elect. Well, Michael Jackson? No, just because you can sing and dance, that don't mean you in the elect. It's spiritual, man. It's do you got this understanding? Are you providing lip service or you really doing the work? So don't look at it in a carnal aspect, a physical aspect. You know, keeping it going. Verse 21, not everyone that saith unto me, Yahushua, Yahushua, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven. So that's past lip service. Past lip service. You're going to have what? The elect all have a genuine conviction. They have a genuine, no empty talk, but genuine conviction. Right? Let's keep it going. And that means, because we got certain individuals, hey, we rebuke them and they would say they going to take it, but they really don't because they don't have a genuine conviction. They got a conviction because they want to appeal to men. So you want to seem like you're doing something right just because the brothers told you, but you're not really seeking Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. You're seeking the what's the word? The appeal of men, basically. Say it again. You want the affection of men. You want the approval of men. Fuck men. All right? At the end of the day, if Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua approves what you're doing it correctly, guess what? The brotherhood is going to approve it because you're in that body. So if you do your works, you're going properly, you're doing correctly, then it's all going to fall in line. Right? Let's go to that John 12:38-40. That's why you got to have a genuine conviction. That's a part of being sincere. John 12:38-40. That the saying of Isaiah, the prophet, might be fulfilled, which he spake. Lord, who hath believed our report? And to whom hath the arm of Yahweh been revealed? Therefore, they could not believe, because that Isaiah said again, he hath blinded their eyes and hardeneth their heart, that they should not see with their eyes, nor understand with their heart, and be converted, and I should heal them. Right? So, who did that? The Most High. He put a spirit of slumber upon them. As we read in John the 15th chapter, in 17th chapter, right? Those that he gave to Yahushua, those are Yahushua's, and you cannot pluck none of them out of his hands. The sheep hear his voice, right? Let me get these, hey, y'all brothers dropping them precepts. Let me see. All right. How the elders move. 1 Peter 5:1-5. Let's get that. 1 Peter 5:1-5. The elders which are among you, I exhort, who am also an elder and a witness of the sufferings of Hamashiach, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. Feed the flock of power which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre's sake, but of a ready mind. That genuine conviction, that sincerity. Are you doing it because you really want to do it? You really want to serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua? Or are you doing it just because, well, the elders say 3 videos a week, so let me go ahead and do this video? Nah, we don't want no shit like that. That's not it. That's not sincere. That's not genuine. Don't bring nobody that. Right? That's the thing. Like with food, man. I cook my food with love. And it tastes good. If you just going through the motions, I don't want that shit. You're just going through the motions. You got to do things with love, man. Sincere, genuine, real. Be real. All right. Verse 3, neither as being lords over powers heritage, but being ensamples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd, Yahweh Shah, shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yea, all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed, Salakia, be clothed with humility. For power resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble. Hey, that's a perfect one for the brother Dev. And for all of us, right? That's a perfect one. For us to be leaders, we have to be followers. For us to be teachers, we have to be students. So you got to move in that position. You got to, man, okay, let me gravitate, right? Never forget where you come from, right? And even as you grow, guess what? The elders are still going to be teaching. So we still getting that knowledge. We still watching and learning. Don't get to a point where you being high-minded like, well, I learned enough. What more can you teach me? No. It ain't no position where the student surpasses the master. That does not happen, bro. That don't happen in this truth. The men that we are under, that's the top men of Israel. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. The men that we are under, that's the top men of Yasharahla. You understand? That's what that is. That's the top men. Yahweh had them born at a specific time. He brought them through whatever he brought them through. He brought them in the truth when he brought them in the truth. He's allowed them to stay and preserve themselves in this truth. Therefore, they're in that position when you come into the truth. But when you was in your daddy, man, when you was in your daddy's sack, man, they was teaching. You understand that? That's what brothers got to understand. Right? And that right there, that speaks, that echoes, man. What they say in Gladiator, it echoes an eternity because it does. What we do right now echoes an eternity. This is going to be known. You want that? You want that? This is going to be known. Those was those men. It's going to echo forever. Let's get that John 15, 14 through 15. And I just swipe down. So lucky if I skip brothers' precepts, I'm going to swipe back up. This is John 15, 14 through 15. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command. And a friend, you tell your friends things, secret things, private things. You let your friend know you let your friends know. Hey, man, I'm thinking about talking to old girl. I like her. What you know about her? Your friends talk, right? So being a friend to Yahweh Shai, we got that understanding. We got the blueprint for what's going on, what's taking place. Yahweh Shai is telling us, look for this, bro. Hey, this gonna happen. Look for this. Earthquakes in diverse places. Look for this. Pestilence. Look for this. What are we seeing now? 40,000 cases of HIV in this place. 30,000 cases of HIV over here. 20,000 cases of HIV over here. AIDS over here, right? Another type of virus over here. Another type of CV over here. So these things, pestilence, sickness. Yahweh Shai, our friend, told us to look for this stuff. But hey, you can't get it. You can't get it. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. Do you understand how grateful you should be that Yahweh Shai has saw fit out of billions that are in Israel to call you a friend? Yahweh Ratazah, we be of that number. Of the billions that are in the billions on my Dwayne Johnson, man. The billions that are in Israel, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has saw fit to call you a friend, to give you this understanding. That right there, I'm telling you, it could make a grown man cry. We have cried. I've cried. I know brothers as sincere as I am, they cried. All right, let's get that Matthew 23 and 3. And it reads, all therefore whatsoever they bid you, observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. Talking about these wicked Pharisees. They shut off the heavens because they tell you to do things that they don't do. Our elders tell us to do things that they do constantly. The elders out there on the street right now, right? Like when I get off this live, I'm gonna tap in, tune in. They doing what they tell us to do. Anything the elders tell us to do it. How you gonna get mad and be like, man, they say 3 videos a week? Elder Apostle Tahar probably put out 15 videos a week or more. If you really following, okay? And still go out on the street in his age. So how you gonna complain as a young man, right? Once you get to that level of you got this understanding, you got the truth, you know who you are, you got pieces of the doctrine, you coming in 6 months, right? Or maybe longer, depending on how brother's spirit is, and you feel that fire in you to get out there, right? You doing lessons, you doing lives, then hey, do your thing. Trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. That's when them works come in. More so. Because you're already doing works. You're just going to another level of work and another level of faith by trusting in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah when you're out on the corners. Ain't no block buttons on the corner, man. We always say that. Ain't no block buttons on the corner. All right? It's another level of testing the faith. So let's begin to wrap it up, man. You know, the point has been made. The point definitely has been made. This is 1 Corinthians 3:9. For we laborers, together with power, ye are power's husbandry. Ye are power's building. That's that New Jerusalem. We are that building. We are that city. We are that. That's what we are. We are that third temple. Spiritual. This is a place of worship. What do we do constantly, day and night? We worship Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This is where you're going to find the name of the Heavenly Father and the Son. You're going to find it in the elect. You're not going to find it in the 2/3. No, they're going to be calling on Jesus, Yahweh, all that bullshit. We're going to be calling on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, standing boldly for that name, worshiping that name, calling on that name, praying without ceasing, day and night. Because we know that name is our protection. That name is the factor between us going into a chariot and us not going into a chariot. That name and that doctrine. So that's that faith and that's that works. You have to have faith and belief. You have to believe on Yahweh Shah. John 3:14. Because he has been lifted up like the serpent in the desert. So you have to believe upon him, you know, and then the doctrine, you have to do the works. That's part of the doctrine, doing the works. Did you keep the Shabbat correctly? Right? Are you keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of your ability? The doctrine it don't say fringes everywhere. The doctrine says use wisdom. It says harmless as doves, wise as serpents. That's in the doctrine. That's what Yahweh Shah told us to be. So that would mean you use wisdom when keeping the laws. That would mean you don't go out and unalive a mo. Because you're using wisdom. And this is what a lot of jakes cannot understand, man. You ain't using wisdom. You're not listening to Yahweh Shah. You just law this, law that. The law is not going to save you. Faith and works is going to save you. All right, Romans 2:11. And it reads, for there is no respect of persons with power. That was the lesson this morning on YouTube. Honor the brotherhood. Honor the brotherhood. We give double honors. Do you understand? Double honors does not mean worship. Double honors means honor, reverence. Yeah, we love the elders. We thank them for them ruling well, but we don't worship the elders. This is where, just because you see a brother with GMS on his name, that does not mean you worship that brother. I think some brothers be getting it misconstrued, right? You have to prove a friend. You have to try the spirits. This is what you have to do. We respect the elders. But what would the elders want us to do? To work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. To be producing works and doing what they're doing. This is why, as the brother put earlier, they are what? Examples to the flock. You see the elders worshiping somebody? No, just Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. So move in the same way. You give double honors because the experience, the time put in, the effort, the efficiency, these type of things. But it's not worship. All right? Even Yahweh Shah said, don't worship me before he got that celestial type body, before he came back. He told them not to worship him. Then when they came back, he allowed them to worship him because it was a change. He accomplished his mission. When will we get worship? When we accomplish our mission. In the kingdom, we gonna get that. The heathens is gonna, every time we come around, they gonna bow down. Flowers, petals. I don't even want, we ain't gonna touch the ground. They gonna put petals everywhere. Petals everywhere. You understand? We gonna have servants left and right. Right? That's what's gonna go on. That's what's gonna take place. We ain't gonna have to do nothing, not lift not one finger. But we have to serve and get to that position. You have to go through it. Let me see, man. I'm trying to get y'all brothers' precepts. All right. And shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Barakatham to everybody up in here. Servant leaders. Exactly. Our leaders are servants. Our leaders are servants. You know? Man, don't bring that clown up. Andre 3000, he pissed me the fuck off, bro. All right? He pissed me the fuck off. He gonna say he ain't got no more ideas to make music. I'm like, man, we looked up to you, Andre. I was like, yo, this man cold, right? But you got writer's block now? What is that about, man? A Payan, man, damn. Why you a little weak ass. That's because he ain't in the spirit, though. He ain't in the spirit. All right? He ain't no true artist, man, to be honest. And I wanted to do a lesson on that. Yahweh Ratazai, get that. To go into what true artists were. True artists were individuals that would stand up in the midst of persecution and continue to push it out. They were really rebels, you know, against the systems. That's what a true artist is. These dudes ain't no true artists, man. They not going to stand up and speak up against the government and things that's going on. They gonna bend over and take it. Literally. That's what they doing. Like Andre. You ain't saying nothing that's powerful anymore, man. You used to say stuff that was powerful, but not anymore. I remember listening, not to get off, but I remember listening to freaking what's CeeLo Green and them. What was the group, man? Goody Mob, boy. Goody Mob and Outkast, boy. The South was on fire. That was that real music. That what they was really saying something. But hey, it is what it is. Let's keep it going. Psalms 25:9. And that's also, you know, to what the brother said. We don't run out. We don't take hiatus. We don't take vacations. We don't disappear for years and come out of nowhere teaching again. No. Stay in the spirit. Constantly bring it out. This is Psalms 25:9. And it reads, the meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his way. So meek, you got to be humble and meek. That means to subdue your own understanding. 2 Esdras 14:34. To be meek, to be low. Right? Let's keep it going, man. If you asked the question, Nikki M, I did not see your question. All right. Sometimes TikTok does not let us see the question. Okay. So, Salakia. All right. Sirach. I'm just getting precepts and then we're going to wrap it up. Sirach 32:17. And it reads, a sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will. Right. We said this the other day, man. They be trying to find loopholes in the law. You ain't gonna find no loophole in the law. Well, it doesn't say that you can't smoke. It don't say that. But guess what? It says not to defile thy temple. You understand that? It says not to do things that are offered to other gods. Where does the term smoking come from? That came from Hinduism and the Moab. All right? Moab used to smoke to serve their gods. Hinduism used to smoke. That's why Elam, when it came over to Jamaica, right? So that Rastafarian, all that stuff. Haile Selassie did not smoke weed, man. So why y'all saying this is in the name of Haile Selassie? What is that about? You know? Jay, that's perfect, bro. You find an excuse. A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will. You gonna find some excuse. Well, it say every herb on this planet is good. Okay, yeah. Cannabis is actually a good herb for the eyes, for the healing, for pain relief. Yeah, but it's not to be smoked. It's to be ingested. How do we use herbs? We make teas. Well, you could put it in a brownie or something. You could do that. But you don't supposed to be smoking because that's defiling your body. That's defiling your temple. That's destroying your lungs. All right, let's keep it going. Isaiah 41:8. Like, man, while I'm on the subject, you got this brother, Yahweh Shah Special Ops, man. All right, he talking about he can't leave the tree alone. He said if he left the tree alone, he might take his life. I'm like, what is that? That's not it. So you're saying you're a junkie now. You're reliant upon a medicinal herb to live on this earth. When the scriptures say, Psalms 55:22, Yahweh will sustain thee. He will take care of you. Isaiah 65:13, right? My servant shall eat, you shall be hungry. My servant shall drink, you shall be thirsty. You got to put your trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, not no cannabis, not no herbs, not no, This is why, man, when martial law and Jacob's trouble really takes into effect, a lot of you individuals, when you can't get your fix, you can't get your insulin, you can't get your medications, your pharmaceuticals, whatever it be that you was accustomed to, you are going to go ape shit because you no longer can get a hold to those products. That's going to be one of the ways that, man, people going to be robbing, stealing. You're going to have thousands of people at the hospital. Give me my insulin. Give me my insulin. So, yeah, the brother said, Khan, you got to get out there and deal and hold posts. Khan, real soldiers hold posts. Stand your watch. How you a watchman, but you don't watch? You a watchman, but you don't want to do the 8-hour watch. I've done 8-hour watches, right? You don't want to do that position, but you went through the classes. You did the pew pew training. You got expert with the pew pew, but now you don't want to go stand watch and watch. Oh, it's too cold. It's raining. The vest too heavy. The pew pew too heavy. The helmet too heavy. You got all these type of excuses. Come on, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is not looking for a bunch of excuses. He's looking for men that's willing to do the work. All right? Hey, y'all keep dropping them, man. Hey. I'm going to get a couple more, man. We're going to get up out of here. Yeah, Mr. AI, yeah, he ain't had no more ideas, man. That's why I like I can make music. I drop an album every 4 months, right? While doing lessons and all that, because I'm in the spirit. I don't just force a song. If I make a song, I'm gonna write it off of something that I was inspired off of, something that I'm pulling off of what's going on in the world, right? But you got these clowns. First of all, they controlled by the ish. So they can't just say whatever they want to say. They have to say something that's gonna destroy their neighborhoods, destroy their communities. And they can't drop music like that because they're slaves. Right? They don't have that ability. And the shit be trash. It be ass. Okay, let's keep it going. Precepts. Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as you have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. When Yahushua was there, they didn't have to fast because Yahushua was there. Yahushua is not here with us physically, but in spirit, yes, but not physically. So we have to fast to get closer to him, to build that bond, right? To cleanse us of certain things that may latch on and attach to us. It's a battle in the spiritual realm, man. Strongholds. Such strongholds are only broke down by prayer and by fasting. Man, but I got the Palo Santo, right? I got the Palo Santo. That, this gonna get rid of the spirits. Hey, we burn it. But at the end of the day, are you praying and fasting? Are you doing what you're supposed to do? You got to put that work in. Going back to that work. Going back to the title of the lesson. Don't just give lip service. You got to give that action. All right? The brother said, Malak, beautiful live. I'm glad I tuned in to the live. Tears was in my eyes. Said we lawyers. Hey, man, that's what it is. If you ain't never heard that. We are, bro. We are. We Yahweh we Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh's friend. The same way that Abraham was. The same way that Isaac was. The same way that Jacob was. So yeah. Hold on to that and don't take that for granted. Right? That's a very important part of this thing that I think about it damn near every day. Sitting at the table. I'm thinking like I got in my mind and vision. Let me pull something up. And I can't even find nothing that's like gonna represent it, but I could try to get something maybe close. Well, brothers done did pictures like something like this. We sitting at a table and we got wine, and Yahushua is at the head of that table. And you got the 144,000. We're all there. Long ass table. We there. And we about to lift up. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Ratazah, we build that number. Yahushua gonna lift up and give a great speech. And then we Ka'alam La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's what we talking about. We all gonna have our crowns on. It's just gonna be men. That's what we talking about, man. Right? With dominion and power and authority. That's what we talking about. No lip service ass dudes gonna get up in this. This gonna be men that put forth works and that did what they were supposed to do when it was the time to do it. This is gonna echo an eternity. So keep that in mind, man. And it's gonna be a beautiful moment, man. So hey, I'm gonna wrap it up. Let me see. I'm gonna get one more precept, then I'm gonna wrap it up. We could do all things through Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. That strengthens us through our faith. All right, let me see. Yeah, I get that Revelations 3:20. And the water for all the precepts, man. Y'all lit it up. This is Revelations 3:20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. Right? So that's what happens. All right? Yahweh Shai is going to deal with you. He's going to deal with you. at some point in time. And that separates us from being yes men to actually being soldiers, to being real men, to being made kings and priests. We're not yes men. We got to have this understanding for ourselves. We got to push it and know it for ourselves. Hey, if I can break down Revelations 13th chapter, you know, the brother that's at 6 months should be able to break it down as well. Right? So, hey, man, with that being said, I'm going to face the east. All praises be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone. And shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect. As always, Shalawam Yasharahla and a Baba Ball to this wicked kingdom. May Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah destroy this bitch yesterday. All right, everybody have good camps, man. Tune in the camps. And, hey, shalawam to you, brothers. The water for every precept and all the input. Shalawam.